Well, first of all, I think obviously extremely proud of the guys. They've had a couple of obviously awkward games out west and difficult results. That fixture list, to then go play a team like New York, who obviously, off the back of a 4-0 win against Montreal, they were up against it. You know, all the odds were up against them, and we challenged them with that. And I think there's only one really team in it, and that's, especially in that second half, it was a very dominating performance. And I just think a bit of fatigue, and the guys they're so tired that they probably just didn't give them that extra little step and that extra little yard to create the necessary space to be able to finish that game off. And we got into really good positions. That maybe, you know, if we're a bit more fresher, we'd have been all right. And then it was tough because you kind of want to maybe look to freshen it up as well, try and bring guys up off the bench, but they were doing so well as well. It was organised. But I think the big thing for me is the mentality. You know, they came here and they never gave up, and I think Toronto fans really appreciate that kind of stuff.
You seem to have a good plan to neutralise the two strikers, Henry and Espindola, today. I thought they were both somewhat invisible, at least as far as the critical parts of the game. Was there any special instructions or just a dedication to the system that was already in place?
Yeah, the system, they know the system really well. They know the little tweaks that need to be made when you've got certain special players. You know, just doubling down, little double teams here and there, just closing space, showing players what it. We wanted to get Tim Cahill receiving the ball from centre backs, and we wanted to get Thierry Henry receiving the ball from a centre midfielder kind of deep, or, you know, quite a far away from our goal. So, you know, we tried to, obviously, we worked on that off the very kind of small time we had, and we talked about it. And but the guys were just fantastic. I thought, as you said, it kind of neutralised them. They were always a danger because obviously they're such very good players. And but yeah.
Brian, despite the fact you were short on strikers today, and you did take point off the second best team in the East, is there any concern about the ongoing lack of offense?
I would be a wee bit concerned if we weren't in the positions to score goals. But we were. The guys were today. You know, the first one from where I was sitting, the first goal that Jeremy Brook looked like it was onside a mile from where I was sitting. We got in good positions. It was just that final ball and that final little bit of, maybe a wee bit of quality that's needed maybe when you're a bit more fresher. But I hear your point, and it's always a concern when you're not scoring. But I can't fault the two guys because they worked so hard and they tried and they got in positions, and yeah.
And you seem to spend a fair bit of time in conversation with the fourth official. Was there an ongoing storyline that you were talking to him about, or was it just as games go?
Well, it's the second time now. I think that I mean, it was I mean, where I saw the penalty. You know, these decisions are game changers, aren't they? Like they're absolute game changers. And again, it was, he stood on his foot. It was just, he stood on the guy's foot. It's so blatant, the whole crowd saw it. And the explanation was that Jeremy Bocky reached his foot back so he could get tripped over. Like, Jeremy Bocky's an intelligent man, but I don't think he's got eyes in the back of his head. I don't think he can, if he did that on purpose, I'd be amazed. But yeah, again, I'd rather them just say I just made a mistake than come up with an excuse like that. He reached back with his foot, hoping that he would step on it. But yeah, and the game changers, aren't they? That goes 1-0. It's a different story. So, but we didn't get one last week. We didn't get the most stone coldest penalty in the whole of the world last week. So I shouldn't really expect one this week, should I?
Happened against Salt Lake with Brocky too, didn't it?
But again, I don't know if there's if we curse the referees that come here, they just refuse to give penalties. There must be something going on. I hang some garlic outside there. an officer. So, am I getting in trouble for that? Yeah.
What did you make of Lava's performance on the day?
He grew into the game. This is tough for a young man from Argentina, away from his family and all that. Still a young man to deal with the travel and the heat and all that. The travel that he has to do, he's never experienced it. You know, like he's never been out of Argentina, let alone go on a 5.5 hour flight across country, play 2 games in 5.5 hours back. So I think it took him a bit of while to get his legs, to find his legs. It happens in games, you know. It's funny. It just needs a bit of time to kind of get there. And that second half performance, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was one of the best players on the field. You might just want to forget about the first half performance though.
There was that sort of one play where he showed a nice piece of footwork and unleashing Jonathan.
Yeah.
Has there been any thought about trying to push him a little bit more forward, as opposed to kind of keeping him back in front of the back four?
Well, he does such a good job. He reads the game, cleaning up and passing forward and springing. But as his game evolves, of course, him and Jeremy, whoever's in there, will never want to steal their brains. So, of course, they've got a position, but if they can see, something evolve, into the game, they've got free license to go forward and try and join attacks and try and be creative. But again, that comes with experience as well, and learning and playing with your teammates, and he'll get better and better at that.
Is the level of communication, despite the language barrier, where you'd like to see it after 2 months in the league with Lava and his teammates?
No, it's awful at the moment. The teammates have got to speak Spanish.
Coach, talk about Ashton's performance today.
Again, a very good performance from Ashton. Again, another young man who's just learning his trade, and he's trying to get better. We're just trying to, as I said, we gave him a rest a bit to get his confidence, and now we're slowly bringing him back, and we work for him every day, and again, I thought he was really good today. I thought he had a really good performance.
And is Becker in your plans the rest of the way?
Of course, yes. I mean, all these players are in my plans. Like, again, it was a difficult one to bring Kyle on. We want to, again, another player that, given time, given the environment of professional football, the trainings, his attitude has been first class. He's been absolutely brilliant. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. And different players have different times before they really come out of the skin and really peak. And Kyle will be a really important player.
Ryan, the team hasn't won a league match at the field in over a year. How do you account for that?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, isn't it? We've definitely pushed pretty close on several occasions. Again, I'd say, I can't remember the last time trying to play badly, at BMO. It's not like we're, I think everybody here can see that we're just a few little parts away from remedying that situation, and obviously continually doing it and making this place one of the best places to play. As you see, if we just have a couple of individuals, a couple of players that can just provide that, that little bit of extra, hopefully we're remedying that.
Any update on the new recruits possibly coming in? Is there a general time frame?
Yeah, they were coming in 2 weeks ago. Trust me, I'm the first of the queue. I keep knocking on that door, so you'll be the first to know, big fella.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.